This is the pathway, the lane that's 640 rods long. I'm not sure what happened this year. It's just hot weather, too humid to get up here and only fish for maybe an hour or two. But this place was certainly last year some scenes of some pretty big fish. 10B, a real nice big brown. Number 11 was the Olympic jumper, which is right on cue with what's happening in Paris actually this week. Caught a pike up here, which was surprising. And then way back up I caught a fish with a panther martin, and I have no idea what the fish looked like. It just took everything away. So it was certainly a go-to place last year. This year Alfred and I have been very successful, a little closer to home. Caught some real big stuff, but this is always a pretty place to come to, so we'll see what transpires. Well, it'll be a great day regardless. Well, I'm at the first hole. The water looks absolutely gorgeous. We'll see what transpires. Weeds are really high, so it's a slow walk, but it's 7 o'clock, so anyway, we'll see what's up. Beauty place. That the first time, actually the only time Alfred and I were up here, the honey hole that we usually start at was totally wiped out. And so the big fish that were there's no hiding spot. So I think a lot of the wood that was up there is now here. So therefore, this is the new honey spot. So I'm going to fish this for a bit and see if any honey comes out. The martin's working. I would like it to work on something a little bit bigger and a little bit different species, but we'll see. Martin at work again. I'm thinking of something maybe 20 that size, 20 size bigger, however, in the background. But that is a massive, beautiful hole. I'm just going down the other side of this mostly eaten beaver tree, and again, maybe next year that'll be across the river, but that is beautiful in there. Oh, I'm going to put a chubtail and just dangle it in front of that moss. I'm going to put a panther martin up there. Well, not what I'm looking for. However, pretty interesting. That's a beauty hole, and there's absolutely no response to this chubtail or the panther martin. I'm going to put a worm in and see what's up. Say goodbye to the crayfish. That's the sum total of that hole. I'll tell you, that's a beauty hole, and I expected a little bit more out of that than a... The brown just left. GoPro fell in the water. My hat got knocked off. GoPro went in the water. It's beeping that we're filming, but I have no idea about the volume. It was a very weak beep, so I'm not sure how to mess around with that at the moment. This is the 10B and 11 where the Olympic swimmer was, but again, totally different now. So we'll see what's up. Double catch. Branch. Looks like it could be from Edinburgh. And a crayfish. Just taking a little lunch. What I'd like is something brown. Anyway, with orange and red spots. Follow the panther martin. Follow the panther martin. To get this is gonna be tough. I don't see where it is. Okay, right here. Right here. Oh, this is gonna be tough. Tough getting down here. So you can thrash. I hope you don't get off. I will do this. Oh goodness. In the water. Oh gosh, up here. Nice brown. Nice brown. I'll see. I want to get it on the other side of me, please. Wow. That's a vicious brown. In the net, in the net, in the net. In the net. Come back this way, please. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Oh, come on. Oh, thanks. Nice going. Oh, it's heavy, guys. Nice brown. Oh, oh. I gotta get up here. Beaver hole. Wow. I love it. Just followed the panther martin about 5 minutes ago. I said the same thing was happening. Just a minute here. Alfred, I need your help to get up here. I need your help. Oh. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, nice brown. I love it when they follow that. You see them come after the panther martin and just attack. You're wrapped up here, you're wrapped up there. Look at that, just a bit in the jaw. Wow. Just a bit. Oh, just a bit in the cartilage. Nice fish, probably 16 inches. If I can get this out of here, I'll do that. I think what I'll do is I'll just get my pliers out. That makes it a lot simpler for everybody. A lot simpler. Nice brown. Reminds me of a story. My dad caught a brown like this. I'll get this back in the water. My dad caught a brown like this, the first brown he'd ever caught. And he was going to put it away. Again, I'll talk this story in a second. Just a minute. That's a beautiful time coming, big guy. I'll tell you. This is a long time coming. I saw 2 browns today. One played with a worm, and another one followed the panther martin just about 100 yards down there. This could be it. We'll just play with it for a second. Sorry. Try and get some flow through its gills. God, I love when they hit the panther martin. Panther martin must like that too. Anyway, back to my dad. He caught this fish. I said, okay, I'll take it away. I'll put it back in. By this time he was in a retirement. After the end of the day, took him home. He didn't know I kept the fish. And took him to his retirement place. I went right into the kitchen and I said to the chef, I've got a fish here. He said, you certainly do. I said, can you cook this for my dad? He said, no, I can't. I can't have food like that brought in and then I cook it. But you certainly have the whole kitchen to yourself. So I said, thank you. I said, would you do some vegetables and potatoes? He said, absolutely, love to. And I said, I'd like you to serve him. He said, I'll do that too. So what happened was I went in and cooked this fish for him. And oh, there you go. That scared me. Wow, I was thinking too hard. Nice going. Anyway, I cooked it for him. Chef brought the plate in and said, I'll call him Henry. Henry, here's your meal. And he looked at the chef and he said, you know, that fish looks a lot like the fish I caught today. And he said, Henry, it is. Your son cooked it for you, and here he is. And that was one of the best meals I ever watched someone eat. That was pretty cool. My dad was so pleased. He was smiling so much he could hardly eat it. Anyway, that's the last fish I've ever caught and kept. But it was certainly worthwhile. It was payback for all the times he took me out. Leaning over the water, just up there on the left. And then you can see the big tree behind it. Underneath that tree, I saw a circle. And the circle to me was made by a brown. So I was going to go up there and fish under there, even though I wanted to get way back up. And I'm still going to cast up here to see if there's another brown in there, because I thought I saw another circle. But that's pretty cool. Made me a lot less tired. Although I'm having a little trouble with my lures these days with, boy, this panther martin, I'll tell you, catches everything. So while I'm waiting for Godot, I thought I'd show you the difference in the panther martins. The one on my left here, the thumb, that's what I consider the regular one that I bought for many years. The one that my daughter put in the Father's Day gift with that net is elongated. And I guess I want to, so I've never seen that. I don't know whether that's the style that's replaced the sort of like a teardrop one. The teardrop has always been successful. I would have to say today that neither has. I haven't seen a brown. I'm absolutely shocked at that. But anyway, that's the difference, and very humid. We'll see what happens here. Quick note: it's interesting when you do the videos and you're catching the fish, you don't really listen to all things around. And I know Alfred and I later on, we will watch a video just to see actually how pretty it is, and it usually is, and during that time we hear lots of different things, lots of birds. I just heard a flicker a while ago. Crows are going nuts. It's cool, which reminds me of a quick story of old Mrs. Appleton. Mrs. Appleton lived behind us in our previous house. We had our house in a little green belt, and then houses behind the green belt, and that's where Mrs. Appleton lived. And one summer afternoon, I was upstairs, and windows were open, and I heard a cardinal, and I thought, that's pretty cool. So I called back. You can hear the crow now. I called back. 5 seconds later, I hear the cardinal again. So we went on for about 5 different calls, as in she called, I called, she called, I called. And all of a sudden, my wife appears at the bedroom door. She said, you know that cardinal? I said, I do. You hear it outside? She said, that's old Mrs. Appleton. You're talking to her. I said, pardon? She said, yeah, she's out in the back. She made a cardinal whistle. You responded, and you've been talking for the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes. I went, oh, that's pretty cool, huh? She said, yeah, but I think I'd like one of you guys to find a flock. I'd like to continue reading on the patio, and it's a little difficult with all this bird noise going on. So anyway, I said, okay. So I still thought that was pretty cool. As she was going out, you know, my actual favorite bird is the Norwegian blue. Beautiful plumage. If you don't know what it looks like, you should maybe look it up. Norwegian blue. Anyway, good old Mrs. Appleton, old Mrs. Appleton. She was probably younger than I am now. However, it was a funny call. Beaver Canal, but you know, you walk, and all of a sudden you see that beautiful red. The Lobelia cardinalis. It's just a shocking red to see in the forest. The fragrances are incredible. That white flower down there, it's got a beautiful fragrance, but that's not my favorite plant. It's the vine that catches anything. So, but anyway, the cardinalis here is just absolutely gorgeous. You walk, and all of a sudden it comes up and you see it. Just beauty. Got a brown. I thought I saw a white belly about 5 minutes ago, but I wasn't sure. I think there's a brown here. That's a pretty good fish. I just lost a pretty big fish. Ha! So I did see a brown. Well, I just opened my GoPro and it was on. And I didn't have my glasses, but it looked like it said 51. So it may have been on for the last 51 minutes and I didn't know it. That just basically verifies that I wasn't the sharpest knife in the box in the drawer today. It was a tough day. I don't know whether that one fish that I caught will constitute a video. I think maybe he could repurpose it to something else. Very humid, very humid. Did I ever tell you how I dislike deer flies? They are just incredible. They do not understand any language whatsoever, and they just simply want to bug you and bite. So anyway, I'm going to go up the hill. Too bad that it rained as much as it did yesterday. I was pretty shocked at the first part of the fishing, but I guess that's fishing. So anyway, I think this may take a long time to unload, since they're download, whatever you call it, simply because that 51-minute, Alfred's going to go crazy. He's going to think I had a fish on for 51 minutes. Take care, folks.